So we wanted to try something new on this channel and promote local retro game shops in the DFW area. And today, I can't see anything. The sun is just blinding my eyeballs right now. This is terrible. I picked the worst time of the day to do this. All right, my camera overheated because I forgot that I live in Texas and it's 106 degrees at 6:30 in the afternoon. And it's the A6700. It's like the worst combination imaginable, but it's fine. So we're at FX Game Exchange in Plano, Texas at the intersection of Parker and Custer. It's in a shopping center next to a Walmart and Madness Comics, if you're familiar with the area, which has a tree blocking the shot. I'm very good at what I do. Don't doubt me. And I wanted to do a shot of me like walking in to the store, opening the door, walking inside, and then boom, you're hit with all the games and the cool signs and action figures or whatever they have going on in there. But I forgot my big tripod and I conveniently only brought my mini tripod. So the only shot you could see is of my feet, maybe at ground level. Oh God, this video is already ruined. So let's go inside and see if we can't get that sweet hit of nostalgia. As you can see, they have a little bit of everything, from games to cards to comics to vinyl to collectibles, and even replacement wires and controllers for older and newer systems. And you're probably wondering why I'm not in the actual store providing commentary over my extremely shaky footage. Well, they had music playing over the store speakers, and I'm too cheap to upgrade DaVinci Resolve for that sweet voice isolation software. So, to avoid YouTube's copyright ban hammer forged from 1,000 dying channels, I'm going to be providing commentary from the safety of my own home. Thank you very much. First things first, all of the employees at FX Games and Console Repairs, which is the correct name by the way, not whatever I said at the beginning of this video. So we're at FX Game Exchange in Plano, Texas. Were extremely helpful and nice. I mean, they let a total stranger film in their store for over 3 hours. And when I went back to the store 2 days later because somebody formatted the wrong SD card and lost a whole bunch of footage, they were totally cool with me filming again for as long as I wanted. So once again, thank you to FX Games and Console Repairs, which is the correct name by the way. And I hope none of them actually watched this video because it has been a train wreck so far. Now, the store is on the smaller side, seeing how it's sandwiched between two other shops inside of a shopping center. But for what it lacks in size, they were able to pack this place to the brim. They have everything from NES, PS1, PS2, Xbox, Xbox 360, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, GameCube, Sega, and cartridges I've never even seen before. Plus, they are constantly getting in new stock of older systems. In the 3-day span that I was there, they got this sweet R2-D2 Xbox 360 that wasn't there the first day that I visited the store, and they sold the original Xbox that I had been eyeballing to relive my childhood, which honestly kind of crushed my soul because I have been looking for a while now for an original Xbox locally in good working condition. And that was it. I should have just pulled the trigger. So if you visit FX Games and see a game or console that you really want, just go ahead and spend the money now because it's probably not going to be there in a couple of days. Another reason the store feels small is because they reserve, I would say, about a third of the floor space for hosting local Super Smash Bros. Tournaments every week. So if you want to test your skills or just have fun and meet the local community, you can swing by the shop on tournament days after 8 p.m. after they officially close for some after-hours competitive gameplay action. Me personally, I am trash at all Super Smash Bros. Games, every single generation, the 64, GameCube, and the Switch. So if you do see me there, I'll probably just be in the corner cheering for you, silently, in my heart. So you better win. Besides having not only a good-sized selection of vinyl, cassettes, 8-track, and CDs, they also sell Pokemon and Magic cards. And honestly, they had some heat safely locked away behind that counter. In fact, they sold the Charizard GX that I wanted to add to my personal collection along with my Xbox. So the second time I went to the store, I was double crushed. And I'm not a total mooch, by the way. I actually purchased some items when I was in the store. I wasn't just freeloading, taking up space with my large body. The first item, I got this cool Spider-Man wall decor with original comic art. And it's going right up on the wall. Not in here, but somewhere. I mean, I dig it. It's cool. I also purchased 2 Robotech comics, which if you've never read before, I highly recommend, especially if you're a fan of Akira, the original Gundam, or Gurren Lagann, because the art style is amazing. It transports you right back to the 80s. I was born in the 90s, but if I did live in the 80s, I'd feel like this is what it would be like, minus the giant robots. And I purchased all 3 of these items for a whopping $14.07. I know, look at the big spender over here. Let me throw you a couple nickels, FX Games. Keep the change. Actually, I'm gonna need the change. I need to buy ramen later. Now, there is one negative I did notice in the store, and this is not unique to FX Games. This is a worldwide problem, and quite frankly, I blame all of you. One of my favorite games from my childhood, Red Faction Guerrilla, was only selling for $5. This game should be $127 minimum, non-working condition. And trust me, I know I look like the typical Red Faction / prototype player, and I know that the game has been remastered on Steam, whatever that means, but this is a classic. It should be right up there with Final Fantasy VII, Super Mario, and Pong. Ignoring the storyline, you played in an open world shooter on Mars. You carried around a big ass hammer and could destroy anything your heart desires. And this was back in 2009. I dare you to show me any other game from that time period that allowed you to do that. Go ahead, I'll wait. You can't. So if you're in the local area or visiting from out of state, I highly recommend you visit FX Games and Console Repairs, which is the correct name by the way, because they're bound to have whatever it is you're looking for, and they can help you find it. Also, don't just throw away those old consoles collecting dust in your basement or attics. Well, this is Texas, we don't have basements here, but bring it in to FX Games and Console Repairs, which is the correct name by the way, and they can fix it. I saw them fix like 7 PS5s in a single day. If they can fix a PS5, they can fix your old dusty Atari that's been sitting in your closet for 32 years. That way you can relive your childhood memories back when your knees still worked. And I want to end this video by saying that while yes, it may be convenient to buy whatever you need off eBay or Amazon, there's just a special kind of magic that you feel when walking into a brick and mortar shop and actually physically seeing and holding the game or console that you've been looking for that you haven't seen since you were a kid. That type of magic can't be replicated online. Plus, not only are you supporting local and small businesses, you're also building connections with your local gaming community. That's a rare thing nowadays, especially since COVID. I actually had COVID like 4 weeks ago and it sucked. And I want to make one thing very clear: FX Games and Console Repair, which is the correct name by the way, did not endorse or sponsor this video, nor did they pay me to make this video. That would be the worst investment of their lifetime if they paid me to make this. I'm doing this under my own free will and out of sheer boredom. So, more importantly,